What up, you guys? Welcome back to Furl Publications YouTube channel. It's me, Rich, your anti-fascist comic book nerd, curating comics for your enjoyment as well as empowerment. And I have to say that the last few readings really made me reflect on how free speech has been something that's been talked about and debated for a long time. And that's the thing, it genuinely, like the Supergirl comic says, it's a double-edged sword. Not only that, but words have power, right? It's a weapon that can either be utilized for good or for evil. And that's why it matters when people speak up. There was a comment that someone left on one of the videos I made. He was like, how the fuck are these videos anti-fascist? Or how does it attack fascism? So here goes that comment. It said, how the fuck can comic reading be anti-fascist? To which, here goes my long-winded reply. I said, that's a fair question. And the answer lies in how culture and media, including comic books, shape our values, empathy, and perception of reality. Comic books, especially the superhero genre, are fundamentally stories about fighting injustice and large-scale evil. Characters like Captain America were literally created to punch Hitler on the cover, making the fight against fascism the genre's literal origin point. Anti-fascist themes in comics often show the human cost of oppression, discrimination, and authoritarianism. By following characters who fight for the marginalized or who themselves are the other, X-Men fighting prejudice, readers subconsciously cultivate empathy and a sense of solidarity with different groups. And for me, I also think that we need to decriminalize anti-fascists and also grow a culture of resistance, and that's something that I think we can do through reading and chewing over these ideas of resistance and oppression. Hopes this helps so that you can see how I view these videos. Although I know this won't be the end all, it helps in building a community and culture of anti-fascism. To which homeboy said, dude, way to respond reasonably without anger to someone obviously trying to goad you. Seriously freaking awesome. And I appreciate that. And I genuinely feel like all this stuff matters, right? You're building a culture of resistance. You're building a mindset of calling that shit out and emphasizing and breaking it apart and really conceptualizing why that's a social ill or why that's taken away from our experience as humans. And in doing that, it really does matter. And one of the things that I really want to do with the anti-fascists and saying it and continuously saying it is, as they're trying to criminalize the idea of being against fascism, someone has to say, hey, I'm a reasonable person, I'm logical, and I'm against fascism. I'm an anti-fascist. So that when people think about anti-fascism, they're not thinking about a boogeyman. They're thinking about this comic book nerd that likes to review comics. And in reviewing it, the idea is that I'm also trying to correlate it to day-to-day life and to show that we have a long streak and long history of being anti-fascist. There's nothing wrong with being against fascism. For the longest time, most of our heroes were against fascism. And sometimes our heroes have also fought not necessarily against fascism, but against other fascist tenets. And that's what I've been trying to do with the anti-fascist reading. And it's something that's bringing me a lot of joy. And it looks like the community is responding to it. So I'm just going to lean more into that. So expect more of those kind of videos. It is late. I got off work hella late. And I am beat. But I definitely always feel like I need to show up because we need to be actively doing what we can, because everything we do does matter. And although it may feel like you're in a vacuum and what you're doing isn't always giving you the effect or the changes that you want to see immediately, I think as we all begin to participate in the ways that we can to build the world that we want to see, we'll start seeing the changes that we're hoping to see. But alright, you guys, it's just short and sweet, man. It's been a long day and I am tired, but I definitely want to make the time to show up. Alright, you guys, as always, please like, share, subscribe, and I do this shit daily, so guess what? I'll be back tomorrow. Lates.